and welcome to the Best Day Movie Show live right here from the Winter Park Village 20. Am I right? 20?
Yes, that's exactly.
It's so funny. This is the 20. The one over in
Flatford Lakes
is the 20.
Yeah, 20 is the magic number.
20 is the magic number. I'm your host Vince Lespada. Alongside me, as always, the man from the fourth row sits in the fourth row, Dan Skip Allen. How you doing, Dan?
I am great. We had nice seats tonight in the fourth row for If I Stay.
If I Stay, we went to go see with
Chloe Grace Moretz.
I can never get her name right. We'll give a review of that. Also, I want to do a review of Let's Be Cops, and we also saw the Expendables 3. Speaking of Expendables 3, let's start the show with the leaked information that so many people downloaded it before it came out, and it's really sucking in the box office.
Yeah, the numbers were 2 million people saw the illegally downloaded version of Expendables. Now, if you add that up, we'll say average of 10 tickets per $10 per ticket, that's $20 million. So think about it. This movie made $16 million.
I feel bad for Stallone.
You take 20 million and you add it to the total of 16, it would have made 36 million. It would have been tied for first place this week in the box office, and people wouldn't be talking about the cancellation of the franchise.
All I gotta say is, yo, I did it.
Well, I mean, the thing is, you have two popular movies that came out before it. Guardians of the Galaxy
and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Speaking of the turtles, they're right behind us.
They're watching over us. And the people are continuing to go in droves to TMNT and Guardians of the Galaxy. Guardians I loved, and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles I didn't like.
You didn't like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, huh?
No, but what did you think about it? I believe you're going to say the same thing I did.
Well, you already know what I'm going to think. You already know mine.
So we don't really want to get into talking about you ranting on TMNT anymore.
No, but we can get into top box office movies of the week. Always brought to you by Los Spadas. Right down the road is a cheesesteak place. There is no other. The Kingdom of Cheesesteaks.
Oh, that's right.
Kingdom of Hoagies.
We're just right on Lee Road here. We're just on Los Spadas, right down the road.
Go to Lee Road of Orlando. Also, Lee Road of Sanford, 46 of Sanford, and Orange City.
That's right.
Right off 1792. But let's not talk about that. Let's get into the box office review. At number 5, we have The Giver. This week it's made $12.3 million.
Yeah, I think it was going to be one of the underrated movies. I don't think a lot of people are just going to go flock to it. So, but I mean, Jeff Bridges, Meryl Streep, you have some big name people in this movie. But it got a little bit overshadowed by some of the other movies out this week.
Well, its budget is $25 million.
So it almost made its money back. We won. I'm halfway there.
Halfway there, yep. We were just talking about it. At number 4, we have Expendables 3. This week it's made $15.9 million. Oh.
That is an absolute bomb, bust, whatever you want to say. That is horrible for the people that made it.
It doesn't tell you what the number is to make it, but I'm pretty sure it's pretty penny.
Oh yeah, I mean, it wasn't expensive as you would think, but it was still quite expensive.
I would say so. If it wasn't the case. Let's see. It's pretty sad that Let's Be Cops at number 3 beats it out. This week it's made $17.8 million, running off at $26.2 million. I tell you right there that Let's Be Cops just blew it out of the water.
That is the underdog story of the week. That Let's Be Cops made more money than the Expendables.
Well, when you get your movie leaked on the internet, people want to see it.
Yeah, but the big story is what's still.
And at number 1, we have Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, which made $28.7 million, running off at $117.5 million for them Turtles in a half shell.
That doubled its money in 2 weeks.
It did really. I mean,
They justified the reason why they're doing the sequel.
It's at $185 million right now worldwide.
It's tripled its money.
But I mean, it's people like us that give it a bad rep, but it's people like you that go out and see it.
That's right.
When it came out August 8th. And like we always say, if you want to see a movie, go see it. Don't take our word for it. We're just here to provide you with information and reviews on what we saw and what our opinions are. You can base your opinion off what you've seen. You can always email us, bestdaymovieshow@yahoo.com, or go to thebestdaymovieshow.com and leave your feedback right there.
All right, so we've got a few more news items that we need to get to this week. We know everybody's excited about Star Wars Episode 7 and J.J. Abrams from a galaxy far, far away, the ALS Ice Bucket Challenge. But he's not too happy because the plot details have leaked of Star Wars Episode 7. And from what I've been hearing, it seems, from what I've read, it seems awesome. I mean, that. Do you want to say anything? Because I'll give you some details.
Well, I mean, I know you know my opinion. I'm not a big Star Wars fan. I always say that I look down on George Lucas for selling it to the mouse, because you know the mouse is going to own everything and he's going to take the cheese and run with it, which I'm not a big fan of. But you know, all you Star Wars fans out there, maybe you can change my decision. Maybe you can make me want to see this movie. But for right now, I'm not looking forward to it. I'm really not. It's just Star Wars has never been my thing, and it's not going to be.
I love Star Wars. I grew up watching Star Wars as a kid. I remember going to the theater and seeing Empire Strikes Back and thought, oh my God, this is the greatest movie I've ever seen in my entire life. And of course on HBO we got to see Star Wars, so I got to see Star Wars, then Empire Strikes Back. Well, what happened with the plot details is the plot now takes place 30 years after Return of the Jedi. Well, Luke is being captured, and you know they've already had some news about something about his hand getting cut off. We all know his hand was cut off.
Are they actually going to show this one in here?
Yeah.
They're going to show his hand cut off?
Yeah. And
Thank
so
the
he's
Lord.
captured, and then we end up with him getting rescued by Han and Leia. Now Han looks older. Has different clothes. He doesn't have the Millennium Falcon. Come to find out that Oscar Isaac's character's got the Millennium Falcon. So we're going to hear about that story probably in the next.
I just hope they don't change everything. I hope they don't like revamp the Millennium Falcon and revamp everything.
I know it looks like they built a life-size replica of the Millennium Falcon.
So it looks the same.
Leavesden Studios, yes, in London, where they're filming it, and that's the door fell off. The Millennium Falcon fell on. Harrison Ford broke his ankle, so he's been out a couple of weeks.
His old ass.
You know, he's 71 years old.
Oh, only 71. I mean, let's just face it. I mean, he can beat Indiana Jones in the wheelchair, swinging from the rope.
God. That's the last thing I wanted you to get started on. Your whole soapbox about Indiana Jones. All right, so that's my thing about Star Wars. What other news bits do we have?
We also have Olympus Has Fallen sequel. London Has Fallen gets a director.
Okay, who do we got?
We got Frederick Bond,
Frederick Bond. I can't think of anything that he directed.
Charlie Countryman.
Oh, that's right. I missed Charlie Countryman. That was Shia LaBeouf, and I did want to see that. I'm hoping to maybe catch it here in the next month or so if it comes on DVD or something.
Also, Resident Evil 6 delays production until 2015. So they're not going to start until 2015.
Well, hey, as far as I'm concerned, they could delay and not any one of those will ever come out ever again. I know I like Mila Jovovich, don't get me wrong, I know you all like her out there, but I think that franchise did one too many sequels.
Also, speaking of filming, the Pirates of the Caribbean 5 maybe start filming in Australia 2016. So look out for that. You know what? I like pirate movies, but I can't seem to get my finger on this.
Now that's a franchise I want to see another one because I liked 4. I know some people didn't, but I thought 4 was a much improved movie on 2 and 3. In my opinion, I like the mermaid storyline, stuff like that. So I want to see another Pirates. First of all, it's Johnny Depp's most popular character. Why would he keep reprising it if people want to see it?
That's true. That's true. Let's see. Ant-Man begins filming in San Francisco.
Yeah, I know. I follow the director on Twitter, and he says, "And here we go. It's time to get started." And Peyton Reed, the director of Ant-Man, so boy, I hope it's good. I hope it's good because they really need, after all the controversy with Edgar Wright in this movie and some of the actors quitting back during Comic-Con, that this movie gets off on a good note here. So.
Also, there is a story going around about Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Easter eggs and trivia. Pretty much, it's recapping the 1987 TV show that turned into the 90s boots of actual movies, to the 2007 reboot, to now, the 2014 reboot, Teenage Mutant Turtles production Michael Bay. Let's just talk about April O'Neil. You know, just as Teenage Mutant Turtles become turtles, you know, April O'Neil steps in, and this is another thing where they try to take and bring April O'Neil up as the main story.
Yeah.
But they leave some detail out. You know, to me, it's a big deal. To you guys, it might not be. But they gave her a yellow coat. A yellow coat. She usually wears a yellow trench coat. That's one thing. And then the boss, her boss.
Oh, Whoopi Goldberg.
No, what's the character?
Oh, I don't remember what the character is. Do you?
Bruce Thompson is the character.
Oh, okay.
And he's played by a male. A male has always played Bruce Thompson, the boss of April O'Neil. This time around, Bruce Thompson is played by a woman, Whoopi Goldberg. You know, I just don't understand why they take alternate routes with this. And I'm kind of worried that in the second one, they're going to go off the deep end and change it dramatically.
I heard Rocksteady and Bebop might be in the second one.
Well, if they put Bebop
Alternate dimensions storyline.
listen, they haven't put Bebop and Rocksteady in any of their films. So to put them in this one, I would go see Bebop and Rocksteady.
I like Casey Jones a lot too.
And Casey Jones was in what? All three of them.
I remember him in one of them. I don't remember him all three.
I think he was in two.
I like Yosaki Yojimbo, the samurai rabbit. Boy, he's my favorite character. All the characters in the animated TV show, Yosaki Yojimbo was my favorite.
Well, when we come back on the Best in Movie Show, we'll get into some more movie news, and we'll see you back on the couch. You're watching the Best in Movie Show on YouTube.com.